Hello, I'm Tom Styles, and you are you. And this is Tom's Radio Room Show, number 384. What I've been doing lately to try to find some radios that I don't have and that I haven't done a review on, I've been monitoring eBay. Yeah, I think I mentioned this before. It's a little scary using eBay, but there's not a lot of new radios on the market except for the Eatons that I've been reviewing, and I'm waiting for the other two models to be released. So in the interim, I've been on eBay looking for some radios, either shortwave radios or scanners, to purchase and do a review on my show. And I've been pretty lucky. I've gotten 3 or 4 since I started about a week and a half ago. And they've all turned out to be in good condition. Well, this radio I just got a couple days ago, and from the ad it really looked nice. The box is not too bad a shape, and the seller said that it works fine. So I bid on it and got it, and unfortunately, to my disappointment, and it looks, inside, it's got all the accessories and everything, and they look brand new. Look like very little use. And so I was kind of excited about reviewing this radio. Here it is in its pouch. And I saw several other ones on eBay, but this one looked very clean. And like I say, it said it was working. Well, unfortunately, when I received it, it had some problems. And I've tried to figure out what the problem is. It appears that the keyboard input, show you here, and I'll zoom in a little bit. Let me get the camera down a little. There we go. And I'll zoom in a little bit here. But it has these buttons on the side here and these 2 buttons here. Well, one thing I learned from the manual is that, because I put some batteries in, turned it on, I couldn't get it to do anything. And I couldn't get it to turn off. Well, what I learned from the manual that I downloaded is that the first thing you have to do is you have to set the clock. So, took the batteries out, put them back in, did a reset, and tried to set the clock. Well, I was able to get to the clock function, and I was able to increase the hours, but I couldn't change the minutes. So I finally gave up and said, okay, clock is set. And the radio seemed to work, but it was very intermittent. I try to change the bands, and sometimes it would change, and sometimes it wouldn't do anything, and sometimes it would just appear to lock up. And it doesn't show up very well, but right now it's on and it's showing the clock. And let me see if I can turn it on. This doesn't always work either. Okay, it's on. You can turn the volume down. You don't have to listen to that noise. Okay, so it's on. And whoops. And you're supposed to use these buttons here to change the frequency. So as you can see, I just barely touched one of the buttons and it starts scanning. And if I wanted to stop, I should be able to hit one of these buttons and it will stop. Okay, it stopped, but didn't stay stopped. Okay, so now it's in a scanning mode. I can't get it to stop. And let me see if I can turn it off. Power off button is right here. I can't turn it off. So that's not working. So basically it appears that it does function, but the keyboard, I say keyboard, these buttons and these buttons up here are just intermittent. They work sometimes, they don't work sometimes. Like now I can't, this button up here says power off. I can't get it to power off. No matter how many times I press it or hold it, it won't go off. Also, if I push on the speaker grill just slightly, sometimes it was not doing it. It's now, oh, there it is. See, it's changed. So it's almost like, see there, it went to 59, 60. So it's almost like the keypad entry here is somehow messed up. And the only thing I could think, because the seller sent me an email and he says it worked fine when I had it. So the only thing I think of is somehow it's gotten some moisture or something in it when shipment, and now those keys, this little keys over here, are intermittent. And not to mention that pushing the grill here changes frequencies right now. As if this key over here, let's see, is it going up? Yeah, it's going up. So as if this key here is being pressed, even though I'm not pressing it. But yet, let me see what happens. There we go. I did. Now, pressing this key is working. Well, went up. Now it's gone scan mode. So, to say the least, it's kind of out of control. So, like I say, I've concluded that either it got damaged somehow, because you know how mail is handled nowadays. Although it was packed very well, and plus it was in this original box, which has packing material in it too, and then it was put in another box. So I don't think the packing was a problem, but it has somehow gotten into this flaky mode. I've taken the battery out several times and tried to get it working. It's got a reset button. I've hit the reset button, and then of course when you do either of those things, you have to go back and reset the clock, and then it functions kinda, but very random. And it does have audio. When I do get it on a station's there, and it clean as a whistle. It looks brand new, no scratches at all. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to review it unless I can somehow get it working properly. So, just wanted to show you that this was a miss on my eBay purchase. Again, I don't fault the seller. It probably did work for him fine before he boxed it up, but somehow it's gotten damaged. Worst case, there's 2 screws here on the back. I may take those 2 screws off and look inside. I probably won't go beyond that unless I turn it on its side and water drains out, which I doubt that's the case. But these I'll call membrane keypads are susceptible to that. They get moisture in the contacts. They become intermittent, and it appears that number one, sometimes the contacts don't work, and sometimes the contacts are sticking. So that's the show for today. I'm going to continue to shop on eBay to try to find some more radios to do reviews of, and hopefully I'll be more successful. Like I say, I do have a couple other ones. Matter of fact, let me show you. I got one right here. This is the one I got last week. This is a Radio Shack DX 380. Again, it's in pristine condition. I don't see any problem. What the seller, different seller of course, what the seller did show in his ad was that down in here the battery terminals had some corrosion on them, and he cleaned them up, and one of his pictures was showing where he had cleaned them up, and they're scratched because he had to scratch off the corrosion, but the radio appears to work absolutely perfect. And so I'll be doing a review of that one since it is in good working condition. So if you have any suggestions of if you see something on eBay you think might be something I should bid on, you can send me an email at TRRS73@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.